RAG is a Rust crate for using language model provider APIs. It does work with Ollama, so you can still use it if you're a local language model geek. These few lines of code give you a simple inference request. This example is just the tip of the iceberg. We'll get to the killer features soon. But yeah, the string literal passed to the completion request is the prompt, and the preamble tells the model what role it should play. If you're doing something this simple, you might not even need to use RAG, but if you do, the APIs are short and sweet. Cranking things up just a small notch for now. From a client, you can also build an agent. In this example, we're doing the exact same thing as the previous example, but agent has a lot more goodies than completion model. This is where things get interesting. Tools. Tools give them the ability to do things like web searches, arithmetic, and getting the weather forecast. Tools can also give them the ability to perform actions. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Anyway, suppose you want to support prompts like this. What are 3 good weather-appropriate activities for Los Angeles, California tomorrow? The language model probably has a good sense of popular activities just from its training data, but it is not going to know the current weather forecast, so we need to give it some way of retrieving that. That's where tools come in. Good news is that it's not that complicated. Here's the high-level idea. Your application presents available tools to the model. The model can invoke one or more tools in its response to a prompt. Your application runs the tool and makes another inference request with the result of the tool. The model then generates a response, leveraging information from the tool result. Personally, I think a huge amount of software development work in the next decade will be focused on tools. All that in mind, back to RAG. Pass any implementation of the tool trait to the tool method. In our case, that's weather forecast tool that we'll see in a second. Here's the magic. If the model calls an available tool, RAG automatically runs the tool logic and prompts the model with the result. So, in this code, intermediate tool calls are abstracted away from the developer, leaving you with only the end result. How do you make a tool? Well, the tool trait has 2 methods. Definition tells the language model how to use a tool. Call contains the logic that gets run when the model decides to call the tool. In this example, it's just a hard-coded 7-day forecast. So when we actually run the program, we can see in this result, the model realized it needs to get the forecast, so it correctly decides to invoke the tool, which always reports that there is going to be rain tomorrow. Hey, it's not an accurate forecast tool. The model correctly notes in its response that rain is expected tomorrow and proceeds to recommend a bunch of indoor activities. Nice. I guess we neglected to tell it just how much we love jumping in puddles. Let's talk about MCP, or Model Context Protocol. At its core, MCP allows you to discover and use tools offered by external providers. So, instead of defining and running tools locally, you're delegating that to another provider. For example, a company called 12 Data offers an MCP integration to retrieve stock market data. Hugging Face offers an MCP integration to search language model repositories, among other things. And there are many more. This is a space that is still in the early stages. The Rust RMCP crate allows you to integrate with MCP providers, and RAG integrates with RMCP to make MCP tools available to RAG agents. Just call the RMCP tools method when building the agent. Yeah, tools are cool, but buckle up, because we're about to kick things up another notch. There's something called an embedding that is pretty magical. It is a numeric representation of the meaning of a piece of text. Why the heck is this valuable? We'll say our company has an internal knowledge base containing information that may help language models better respond to user prompts. A brute force approach might be to automatically append the entire knowledge base to every user prompt. 2 big problems with that approach. Language model context windows are finite, at least for now. And the more text you provide as input, the less accurate language models tend to get. There's a pretty standard solution to this that I'll get to in a minute. First, here's a bold prediction I have about the AI code assistance landscape. So far, we've mostly seen generic one-size-fits-all tools like Cursor, Anti-Gravity, and Claude Code. I predict we start to see more domain-specific models and tools. Kombai, the sponsor of this video, is a great example of this. If you're building a web app or a landing page, it should definitely be on your radar. Kombai specializes in front-end. That means generation of idiomatic code for your chosen stack. Deep browser integration for adding context to prompts and for automated testing. It means codebase awareness. Existing components are reused when possible, and established patterns are followed. Oh, and it can convert high-fidelity Figma mockups to code. It works as a plugin in today's most popular IDEs. Check Kombai out using the link at the top of the description. Yes, there is a generous free tier, so go ahead, throw it a few curveballs and see how it does. Thanks again to Kombai for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to RAG. One common technique for addressing finite context windows is RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG infuses prompts with relevant information from sources the model wouldn't have had in its training data, such as our internal knowledge base. As you might have guessed, RIG provides concise APIs for both semantic search and RAG. You can get an embedding model from a client similar to what we saw for completion model and agent. Use an embeddings builder to specify documents to create embeddings for. They can be anything that implements the embed trait. In this case, they're plain string literals. Then hand them off to some vector store, which in this case is in memory, but it could potentially be in an external vector database too. Quadrant would be an example of one of those, and wow, look at that landing page. That is the most gorgeous landing page I've seen in a long time. Anyway, I digress. Then grab an index from the store, and if you want, you can query it directly for semantic search as we see here. When we make this request, an embedding is computed for the query, what shape are celestial bodies more than 2,000 miles wide? The similarity of the new embedding relative to each document in the store is computed. Each tuple has the document content, the document name, which was auto-generated, and a score. The higher the score, the more similar in meaning the document is to the query string. You can see the one about the shape of the moon is higher than the rest because it is closer in meaning to the query text. Now, let's apply this to the original example where we have gigabytes of documents for the model to leverage for its responses. Yep, that's our gigabyte of documents. We can create an agent just like we did before, but we add a call to dynamic context, which will inject the most closely related documents into the prompt. Since we pass in 1 as the first parameter, only the one document most closely matching the prompt will be included. That should be the one about the moon, hopefully. And based on the output, it had to have been. Okay, time to ratchet things up another notch. You might have heard of a framework in the Python ecosystem called LangChain. Famous for pioneering pipelines, which allow you to chain together sequential and parallel operations, such that outputs of some operations feed the inputs of others. Well, RIG has a similar concept. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. At a high level, each stage of the pipeline accepts input from the previous stage and passes output onto the next stage. In this case, we call the pipeline with a string slice, so that's the input to this first stage. The pipeline approach is good if you want a specific set of steps run, and you don't want the language model making decisions on what to do. This example here is roughly equivalent to the previous RAG example we saw earlier, obviously a little more verbose. We start with semantic search, include the most relevant document in the prompt, and then prompt the language model. Obviously, we can go much deeper than this, multiple chain prompts that can use different language models and so on. I suspect a lot of RIG users won't go this far, but it's there if you need it. There are a ton of Rust crates for interacting with language models, but RIG is a pretty good starting point. It has concise APIs, a good set of features, a track record of active development, and a responsive community on Discord. Now check out one of these other videos. Might be about keyboards, might be about Rust, might be about AI. I don't know, but it's going to be good. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.